Now, Craig, Jeff, and Jeff over at Slycast have released their Cobra episode. Episode 8, the Cobra episode. And this is just such a great episode, you know. I learned so much from this one, as I do with all of them. You know, for example, I think it's Paula Gosling's book, Fair Game, that Sly option for Cobra. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure it's Paula Gosling. Anyway, yeah, it actually got made again later on with Cindy Crawford and one of the Baldwin brothers called Fair Game. I've seen that movie too in the past, but I never ever made that connection. So how about it, you know? So you're going to learn some stuff over here. And, you know, so I'm looking forward to more upcoming Slycast. We're going to review their Rambo episodes soon. It's just really great to see everyone in the Stallone community, you know, working together so wonderfully. You know, like, the Stallone fan community is just phenomenal. It's such a great global family. You know, since I've kind of been doing this, everyone's just been really, really cool. And it's just a great place to be, and I love just sharing with everybody. So, and I also wanted to promote Jeff Ferry's book, Dawn of Mars. It's pretty cool. You can sample some of it at the link below. So please check that out, and check out the Slycast as well in the links below. It's a must for every Stallone fan. You know, I'm gonna play you a little clip. Just a second here. They gave us some awesome shout outs on the Cobra special. Give me a sec. I'll just play it. Here you go.
And then Matt from RAMBOMANIA, who I want to talk about. And Matt devoted an entire episode of his show to sort of giving us the rub, if you will. And if it's not obvious from the name, what Matt is doing over there is a show devoted completely to all things Rambo. So if you can't get enough of our Rambo talk, please check out RAMBOMANIA. It's under the Studio Redband account over at YouTube, and I will include the notes or the link in the show notes. But a big thanks to Matt for his kind words. And I know Jeff Hewlett, you were really, really moved by his episode, enough to leave some comments on the YouTube page.
Yeah, you know, when I listened to that or watched that episode on YouTube, I when it was over, I was just kind of taken aback by, you know, this was kind of I don't know if the listeners are aware of how this project started for the three of us, but it was kind of almost a goof at the beginning, and you know, it was a part of a different podcast network's page, and we were all posting about, you know, the Slycast and making a goof about it, starting up a podcast because we're all Sly fans. And you know, to know that what we're doing here and the fact that we love Sly and his movies so much, and you know what we're doing with our coverage in the Slycast is having such an effect on such an obvious fan of Stallone. It really hit home for me, and I realized that we're doing something great here, and I think that all of us, we may not be taking this seriously enough, and I think that this has had such a broad impact, and I think it's just such a great thing that the affirmation that we got from that episode, and I feel so great about what we're doing. I feel like that just that one boost was enough to affirm how I felt about what we're doing.
Right on. And the other cool thing about it is seeing how we're all sort of connected in the Stallone fan universe.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, you know, Matt's doing something completely different than us that sort of really puts a microscope on one aspect of Stallone's career, which is just really, really excellent. And he's done some interviews. He's spoken with David Morrell, the author of First Blood. He's spoken to some of the actors. So definitely check that out. And thank you, Matt, so much for showcasing our show. And we are happy to showcase yours. And Jeff, it's funny that you mentioned the response.
Awesome. Thank you, Jeff, Craig, and Jeff. You know, hit them up on Facebook as well. for some awesome good times indeed. They're really cool. They really love to share information, and it's just great to talk to them when I get a chance and chat back and forth and stuff. And thanks for the really warm and kind and wonderful words regarding to our show. You guys are the greatest, man. Another cool thing about what Craig, Jeff, and Jeff does is that they have these, like, how do I say? They give you like a play-by-play of the scenes. And they do talk about everything Stallone has done, They talk about every movie, every cameo. And you get the sense that whatever you might have missed along the way, or if you haven't seen this movie, it's like, bam, it's like wake up. It's like, wow, I can discover something really new and really cool about Stallone. Which, like the movie Rebel, they were talking about the movie Rebel one time. And I had only found that movie in Italian. I think it was Italian when I came across it. And I was always looking for like the real name of it, and always looking for like the English translation. I couldn't figure out where to get it, and now I'm probably screwing this up by calling it Rebel, because I think that was the Italian name. But I actually learned how to find it through listening to Jeff, Craig, and Jeff. And it's just like one of the cool things about it is you always learn something new. It's insightful, and it's going to help you to kind of like piece together, Stallone's career as a whole in chronological order, which is, I just love that. I'm kind of trying to do the chronological thing with Rambomania, so it's just really cool to see other people doing that. It's just freaking awesome. And another great thing about that too, I want to say, is that while going through those motions, listening to different things, and aside from learning it, they give you a play-by-play for each individual movie that they talk about. They give you a play-by-play, but they don't necessarily give you all the spoilers. So if it is a Stallone movie that you haven't seen, you go into it knowing, at your own risk, listening to the podcast. You go into it expecting one thing, but you still get those elements of surprise from the movie. And that's one of the things I think that Jeff, Craig, and Jeff do really well, is they give you the crux, or they give you like the play-by-play of how the movie is going along, and like the background of like the trivia and what you might not know, but they don't necessarily give you the Easter egg. So when you watch it, it's like bam, it hits you like a ton of bricks, because you're not expecting all those cool little adages. You're not expecting seeing Stallone doing, like the Cobra episode. They didn't talk about the Miranda scene, I don't think, anyway. But it's cool, because if you've never seen Cobra and you go watch Cobra, when the Miranda scene happens and fucking Stallone lights that guy on fire, oh, surprise, surprise, baby cakes. It's all good. It's all on the line now. Marion Cobretti. So, it's just one of those little extra things I wanted to throw in there. Is that, it's a show for every Stallone fan, It's one of those, if you want to learn more, this is the way to go. You gotta go check out the Slycast. So, now we're going to close off tonight's show with a little tune I had come across from Gutbuster. I'll put some links to them below. So, thank you so much for this submission. I came across this awesome Brian Tyler punk cover of Sarah's theme while I was looking for some new Rambo themed covers and some stuff to talk about when we get to the Brian Tyler edition on the soundtracks. It's just phenomenal. They have some wonderful covers over there, ranging from Terminator, Buffy the Vampire Slayers, amazing Transformers one, and even a Rocky IV soundtrack piece for No Easy Way Out by Robert Tapert. Amazing stuff. So I'm going to try to get Gutbuster on the show to talk about some of these tracks, because they're just, off the hook, and I'm hooked. I would love to do a track by track with them as well. So, coming up next, my man Brant Whiteside and the wonderful Wallace Lee for some Q&A. So, thanks for joining us down this long road once again. That is Rambomania. I'm your host, Matt, a.k.a. Coon. You at home, you make all the difference, and we'd be nothing without you. And thank you so very, very much for watching.